On today's episode of First Take, an interesting name popped up in the Knicks conversation: Ude Baba. According to the panel, the New York Knicks may have found a hidden gem in the 29-year-old Japanese guard, and the buzz is starting to build. As discussed on the show, this could be a low-key, impactful signing with real upside, and Knicks fans should definitely keep an eye on this one. The conversation focused heavily on how Baba, despite flying under the radar, brings a complete skill set to the table. He's played internationally, mainly in Japan, and also spent time in Australia's NBL, where he won a championship in 2021, and even had a few stints in the NBA G League. According to reports cited on First Take, he's now expected to suit up for the Knicks in the upcoming Summer League, as confirmed by Japan's national team. At 6'5", Baba is known as a high-energy, highlight reel type of player. One of the analysts even pointed out his signature play style, calling it the Baba Boom because of his explosive dunks. He's a flashy athlete, but there's substance behind the style. He's already won titles in both Japan and Australia, and most recently played in Japan's top division, where he continued to prove himself as a winning player. The panel also highlighted his time in the G League, specifically with the Texas Legends during the 2019-20 and 2022-23 season. While he didn't put up massive numbers, he was highly efficient. In one of those stints, he averaged nearly 20 minutes per game, shot 50% from the field, and 41.5% from three-point range, all while playing a limited role off the bench. His scoring wasn't eye-popping, around 6 points per game, but his shooting percentages and defensive activity, including steals and rebounds, stood out. What really caught attention was Baba's shooting versatility. One analyst noted that he's not just a standstill shooter. He moves well off the ball and gets his shot off quickly in rhythm. He showed a nice balance of three-point attempts and drives to the rim, flashing a legitimate three-level scoring package. That balance makes him an intriguing prospect in today's NBA pace and space system. In his return to the Texas Legends during the 2022-23 season, Baba elevated his production. As mentioned on the show, that year he averaged over 12 points per game, while playing 34 minutes and starting nearly every game. Even with the increased volume, his shooting numbers held steady, 51% from the field and 40.8% from deep. That consistency, despite a larger offensive role, impressed the panel. Now, to be clear, the consensus on First Take was that Baba likely won't be a key piece on the main Knicks roster immediately. But if he continues to perform in the Summer League, there's a path to earning a role. He brings energy in transition, hits threes at a reliable clip, and has the kind of motor that coaches love in situational lineups. They also revisited his performance in the tip-off tournament with Texas back in 2021-22, where he shot 41% from deep and an impressive 60% on two-pointers over 8 games. Again, he wasn't a star, but he was efficient, disciplined, and impactful. The bottom line, according to the First Take panel, is this: Ude Baba is a name Knicks fans should learn. He's not a flashy signing in terms of headlines, but he's got the tools, the experience, and the winning pedigree to carve out a role, especially if he impresses during the Summer League. Continuing the conversation from First Take, the panel took a deeper dive into Ude Baba's performances across different leagues, particularly emphasizing his consistency and versatility. During one notable stretch in the G League, Baba averaged 5 points per game, while also collecting 2 steals, nearly 5 rebounds, and close to 2 assists per night. While he clearly operates more as a shooting guard than a true point guard, it was pointed out that he fits the mold of a modern combo guard, capable of doing a bit of everything on both ends. In his most recent G League stint in 2023, Baba's scoring dipped slightly to 10 points per game, but the panel stressed that his shooting percentages, especially from beyond the arc, remained consistent. That reliability as a shooter, even when his volume changed, is what makes him such a valuable piece, especially for a team like the Knicks looking for production at a bargain. They also shifted focus to Baba's overseas performances, particularly his most recent season in Japan with Nagasaki, where he posted impressive averages of 14.6 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists per game. His prior stint in Australia with Melbourne also received attention. During his better season there, he averaged 7.5 points, 2 boards, and 1 assist. Though his role diminished in his second year with the team, only 10 games played and lower stats, the panel still praised his defensive instincts and ability to rack up steals, pointing out that he remained a steady and intelligent contributor. The general sentiment from the first take discussion was clear. This is a low-risk, high-reward move by the Knicks. He may not be a household name, but he fits the mold of the kind of player that could sneak onto a roster and contribute quietly but effectively. Shifting gears, the discussion turned to the Knicks' Summer League roster, which they described as quietly one of the most intriguing in the league right now. Key names mentioned included Marjon Beauchamp, James Nagy, Pacome Dadiet, Tyler Kolek, Ariel Hukporti, Mohamed Diawara, Dink Pate, Ude Baba, and Bwalya Bale. While some of these players, like Beauchamp and Hukporti, are more familiar to fans, it's the less established guys like Nnaji, Diawara, Pate, Baba, and Bale who are currently fighting for 2 or 3 available roster spots. The panel explained that Kevin McCullough Jr. is expected to return on a 2-way deal, though they speculated that may not last all season. With Anton Watson and Beauchamp already occupying 2 of those 2-way slots, it creates a narrow window for the remaining players to prove themselves. Diawara is reportedly the frontrunner to grab that final full roster spot, but names like Nagy, Baba, and Pate are very much in the mix. They noted that Ude Baba has a unique advantage in that he's older, more experienced, and ready to contribute immediately, whereas younger players like Pate and Diawara are more long-term development projects. Still, Pate is expected to receive serious consideration for a 2-way deal, as the Knicks are said to be quite high on him and want to integrate him into their system. As for Baba, the suggestion was that the Knicks may try to convince him to join their G League squad full-time, which functions as a developmental pipeline for the main roster. The show cited examples like Moses Brown and Chuma Okeke, who were both poached multiple times from the Westchester Knicks due to their standout play. Baba, already proven at that level, would fit right in, and the Knicks clearly value building out a strong G League foundation. Ultimately, the belief from the panel was that Diawara remains the most likely candidate to earn the final rookie contract slot. But it's a live competition. If any of Nagy, Baba, Pate, or Bales significantly outperforms expectations during Summer League, they could very well change the front office's plan. It's an unusual opportunity, especially on a contending team like the Knicks. But cap space limitations have opened a door for one of these under-the-radar prospects. An important detail pointed out in the segment is that all of these players, whether it's Baba, Pate, Nagy, or Diawara, are eligible for the same type of rookie deal since none have logged NBA service time. Baba, being nearly a decade older than some of these guys, doesn't factor into the contract terms, which is a notable advantage for the Knicks, who often favor more seasoned, battle-tested talent. Finally, in the discussion around Mohamed Diawara, the panel acknowledged that while his EuroLeague stats weren't eye-popping, just 5 points and 3 rebounds per game, his potential lies in long-term development. He shot 38% from the field and 31% from 3, so there's room for growth, but the Knicks aren't expecting immediate impact. He's viewed more as a 2 to 3 year project. And regarding James Nnaji, it was noted that if the Knicks want to add one more big man, this could be an affordable way to do it. Even with Mitchell Robinson and Ariel Hukporti already in the front court mix, Nnaji's physicality and upside give him a shot to carve out a role, especially if they want added depth or insurance at the position. To wrap up the segment on First Take, the conversation shifted toward the Knicks' front court depth, and specifically how the presence of players like Garrison Yabusele, who can slot in as a small ball 5, means the team isn't necessarily desperate for another center. However, the panel emphasized that with Mitchell Robinson's recurring injury concerns, New York would be wise to explore options at that position. And that's where James Nnaji's name continues to come up. As noted on the show, Nnaji most recently played for FC Barcelona before moving on to other overseas stops in the Turkish BSL and another international club. Names that the panel half-joked were too difficult to pronounce live on air. Still, the consensus was clear. He's been solid abroad and brings a skill set that mirrors Mitchell Robinson's in many ways. One analyst even mentioned that Naji's rim-running ability and defensive instincts make him a near clone of what Robinson provides when healthy. The takeaway was that both Naji and Udi Baba appear to be the most NBA-ready players out of the group, vying for that final roster spot. Unlike some of the raw prospects still developing their games, these two could step in and contribute immediately. And that's going to make the upcoming Summer League matchups all the more exciting. The panel also gave a nod to the core four of the Knicks Summer League squad: Tyler Kolek, Ariel Hukporti, Hakom Dadiet, and Mohamed Diawara, highlighting them as the anchors of the team heading into Las Vegas. These players, they said, would be expected to lead the charge and set the tone. Each brings a unique style and upside, and the broadcast team expressed excitement about seeing how they'll perform together. In closing, the hosts encouraged fans to keep an eye on the entire Summer League group, but especially on Baba and Naji, as both appear to be right on the edge of making a serious impression. There was even a humorous moment toward the end when one of the hosts apologized for not being able to show Baba's highlight reel, joking about copyright restrictions and poking fun at a broken Jalen Brunson bobblehead sitting on the desk. Despite the laughs, the message was serious. This Summer League matters, and a roster spot is genuinely up for grabs. So whether it's Baba, Naji, or even one of the younger long-term projects like Pate or Diawara, the Knicks are about to get a closer look at their future and possibly discover a key rotation piece hiding in plain sight. And for a team in contention with tight financial flexibility, that could make all the difference.